Hi guys. So I'm going to do a new moon reading today and we'll talk about the energies a little bit for this week as well. I'm not going to get super in depth with the energetic, the cosmic stuff that's going on. Just a little bit of brief things because really everything is happening so fast and we're all moving through this energy so quickly because of Gemini season and because of how everything is shifting so rapidly that like one day you could feel really good about a lot of stuff and then the next day you're like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed, and then it kind of brings you down. So in order to stay in that like happy go lucky, like everything is feeling really good Gemini season mood, I really want you to make sure that you're grounding yourself every single day because we're in mutable air right now. And it's easier to ground yourself when you actually go outside and plant your feet in the dirt. I'm guilty of it, of not going outside on a daily basis and sticking my feet on the ground, like in earth, for 10 minutes or more every single day. And I'm guilty of it because we get busy, right? And it's really hot right now. so, um, but it's easy to get grounded when we do that right now because there are a lot of planets in their home sign. Some of them are in retrograde, but they're still in their home sign, including Mercury, which is in Gemini. That changes tomorrow. Or that changes on the 4th, which is Tuesday. Tomorrow, June 3rd, is the new moon in Gemini, and we'll discuss that too. But Mercury will be moving from Gemini to Cancer on Tuesday. But while it's still in Gemini, we'll have the sun in Gemini, we'll have the moon in Gemini, we'll have Mercury in Gemini. They're all really going to be working very well together to manifest a lot of things, and the energy is going to be super quick. So I want you to take advantage of it. We also have Jupiter in Sagittarius, which is in retrograde. Saturn is in Capricorn. These are all the home planets in their home sign. So they feel very comfortable right now where they are. Saturn is in Capricorn. It's also in retrograde. We also have Neptune in Pisces. We have Mercury in Gemini, like I said. What am I missing? I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh man. There is one that I'm missing and I cannot remember what it is. Hold on, I gotta look at my thing. I gotta look at my cheat sheet. It totally, like this is totally left my brain. Neptune, Saturn, Venus. That's the one I was missing. Venus is in Taurus. So, and that is its home sign. So it feels very comfortable right now. It's very easy to get grounded during this fast energy. Just make sure that the decisions that you're making are things that you really want to manifest for a long term, because we can get really caught up in the happiness of all of this, and we can get really caught up in wanting to manifest like quick fixes and stuff like that. Again, I've been guilty of that in the past. And even like trying to think that I can get ahead of the game. And sometimes the universe is like, you're not supposed to get ahead of the game, right? You need to chill. You need to relax. So let's do a reading. How do I want to do this? I want to do, I'm not going to do an oracle card. That's what I was kind of questioning. Like, do I do an oracle card? No, I don't want to. I don't want to do an oracle card. This is collective for all the signs. Why do we do collective readings like this? Because everybody is affected by this energy like together, right? And we are the collective. It doesn't matter what sign you are, you're still going to be affected by this energy in some way, shape, or form. And clearly, there are some things that we are currently working on moving past. Oh, I did want to bring up a few work stuff. I wanted to bring up a few business thoughts really quick before I get too into the energy. I'm offering when I do the pop-up live readings and it's like one question for $30, I'm offering that right now, but it's in video recording. So if you go to my website, you can order a one question reading for $30, and it'll just be a quick video that'll be sent to you by email. It's a private YouTube link that's actually sent to you. Nobody else can see it, just you and me, unless you share it with somebody. That's only a limited number. I'm just kind of doing a trial run because I like being able to do those quick one question readings for people. But I don't have the time to do a live this week, so I thought I'd be able to offer this. It says on the website that it takes up to 10 days to get your reading. It's actually not taking that long. It's about 3 to 5 days. So it's actually much quicker than it says on the website. So if you need a quick answer to a question, this is a perfect way to do it at a reasonable price. That's why I wanted to offer it. Take advantage of it while you can. What else? I am doing regular readings. 30-minute readings are available. And, Gemini birthday readings are still available. I'm going to take these two. Gemini birthday readings are still available for this special. $50 off the 1 hour reading. You can find that in the description box below, the link directly to that reading on my website. And also, if you want to get updated on the events that I'll be going to, I'm going to be in the Midwest in June and July, and I'll be out on the West Coast in August. So if you want to get updated on those dates, go to my website and sign up for the Fearless Intuition email subscription. Okay, now that I got the work stuff out of the way, the business stuff. I keep saying work stuff. I mean, it is work for me, but not for you. All right. Clearly, we are walking away from things. It's really interesting, the stuff that fell out over here. Because I think a lot of people are regretting the moves that they've made in the past, and it's slowing them down because of the moves they've made in the past, even though the energy is really, really fast. So I have the 8 of Cups, I have the 8 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hanged Man, and the 3 of Swords. And then over here, I have, oh, my rocks are in the way. My crystals are in the way. I have the 5 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and Strength. Literally, these 4 cards right here are telling you to keep pushing forward. Stay vigilant. Stay methodical. Stay in your lane, because you're manifesting things and you're building strength out of it. You're gaining confidence. You're gaining courage. But if you keep falling back into the past regrets, and clearly those past regrets really, really are painful. 3 of Swords, right? If you keep falling back into those past regrets, it's going to slow you down. And that energy wants to shift. See? Those past regrets and those thoughts and heartache and the pain that you've been through, because the cards are saying it's time for you to walk forward so you can build. It's time for you to walk forward so you can build. See? You got to walk away from the things that are no longer serving you and get busy on the things that are serving you, that are pushing you forward. And whether society says that that's right or not, doesn't really matter anymore. This new energy that we're coming into, we talk about the new earth. And when I say we, I mean healers, teachers, astrologers, reader, like whoever it is, right? We talk about this new earth energy. That doesn't mean that there's going to be like this big meteor that's going to actually change the face of the earth, right? Maybe someday, scientifically, that'll happen. But the new earth is a vibration. And the vibration of the planet is raising. What does that mean? That means that people are waking up at a much faster speed than it was before. When I say they're becoming woke, they're recognizing the truth of everything. They're recognizing that life isn't just about working, owning a house, owning a car, and being miserable and then dying. Life is actually much more than that. Life is about love and humanity and community and peace and coming together. That's what the new earth vibration is. And if you're living in a world where it's like a robotic motion, like, no, I have to wake up, I have to work, I have to eat, and then I have to sleep, and that's it, and that's all your day consists of, friend, I want to tell you that the energy is shifting and changing. You might feel a little stuck with this energy sometimes. And why do you feel a little stuck with that energy sometimes? Because the pain of the past will rear its ugly head. You have to completely and totally break open and heal all the wounds to remember who you originally were, who your soul originally was, and what your soul purpose was. Like, my soul purpose was to be a spiritual teacher and a healer in this lifetime. And it took a very long time for my soul awakening to happen. And once it did, I didn't turn back. I didn't say, but wait, maybe there's something better on the other side of this 3D wall that I'm standing here looking at. No. I allowed myself to start opening up doors that I never would have opened up before. That's something that I teach in my alignment sessions, the one-on-one alignment sessions that I offer. It's not about reading your cards. It's not about telling you your future. It's about telling you what the blockages you have in the present are. Because if you don't recognize what your blockages are and why you're not able to move forward, it doesn't matter what your future says, because that future can change in an instant once you realize what those blockages are and you can move around it. Here's the thing. We're manifesting things at such a fast rate that if you allow yourself to go back, this is something I actually learned last week about myself, is if I have too much time to think, right? Instead of sitting in my heart space, I was in my head space one day this last week. It's like total transparency and honesty. Because even healers can block themselves too. The biggest difference about healers blocking themselves is they recognize what's happening and they're able to change it, right? So I was sitting in a space that was in my head last week, and I wasn't in my heart space, and I started to question everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. And then I started to, because I was holding it in and keeping it to myself and not saying anything to anybody, and then I started to open up to trusted advisors, because everybody has to have their trusted person, right? Or people. I have several. And I started to open up, and they started speaking truths to me. You know that's not true, Betsy, because of this, 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 and this. You know that's not true because of this, 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 and this. And thank you, God, for placing those people into my life, because had I not had those truths spoken to me, I couldn't have gotten out of my head and back into my heart space. Sometimes you have to get knocked over the head for you to realize what you're doing to yourself is staying. So that's what if you want to use me as that confidant that you need to get out of your headspace to figure out that everything is figure outable, right? I'm open. You have to walk away from the things that were keeping you down and heavy, right? The King of Cups on the Eight of Cups. There are things that you allow yourself to get so emotionally invested in that aren't serving you and probably haven't been serving you for a really, really long time. And once you recognize the freedom of that and walking away from that, you can start to rebuild, right? Eight of Pentacles. Some of you might even be ignoring the fact that you have to walk away from some things by working a lot. Some of you are actually working towards your purpose, which I love. The Star on the Eight of Pentacles. There is a nudge, this energetic nudge that's happening in order for us to finally see what it is, like the big picture, right? Some of you are finally realizing what your relationship truly means to you in a good way. Some of you are recognizing where you have been holding on to societal standards when it comes to love and soulmates and being with somebody. The Two of Cups on the Hierophant is very telling because some of us are just in love with the idea of being in love. Some of us think that once we get to a certain age, we have to be in a relationship. Otherwise, we are considered like old miserly, like what is it, old maids? Or I don't know what it is. Well, I don't know what the term would be for men. I don't think they have a term for men. But you know, a woman of a certain age, if she's not into a relationship, she's considered spoiled goods, if you will, which isn't true. I'm just saying that's something that society has put in our heads to think, to make us think. Let's see what the Wheel of Fortune is showing us. This energy is shifting. And the energetic shift that's happening here is helping us to get grounded. Even though we're in a mutable air sign right now, this Gemini new moon, because the energy of manifestation can happen really, really fast with a Gemini new moon, and it happens every single year. This is how you need to stay grounded. You need to allow yourself that no matter how fast things are happening in your life, no matter how fast things are changing in your life, you allow yourself to stay grounded. Again, how do you do that? You actually take your shoes and socks off and you go out into the dirt and you plant your feet into the dirt. If it's too cold to do that, you can imagine in your head that there is a cord attached to the base of your spine or on your feet, and you're releasing all of the negative energy into the earth in that cord. If it's too cold to go outside or you're not able to go outside for some reason, like maybe you're working or something. But in order to not get stuck, you have to release all the negativity of the past, because the past is what is actually keeping you stuck. You have to look at things in a different way. That's what the Hanged Man is telling us here. The Hanged Man is looking at us and saying it's time to look at things in a different perspective and leave the past negativity, leave the past energy and negativity and pain and heartache and hurt behind. Because what's happening right now in your present and in your future is not what happened in the past. And the more you hold on to the past, the harder it is that's going to be to be able to manifest the new things that are coming up. Let's see what this, yes, see, lying to yourself is a really, really big way to get stuck. The Five of Swords on the Hanged Man. Now, here's the thing, guys, folks. Here's the thing. Critical self-talk, negative self-talk, is a big fat lie you're telling yourself. Because you're not really actually as bad as you think you are. You're not, you have value. You have more value than you believe. And I guarantee you somebody's trying to tell you that. I guarantee you somebody's trying to show you that. I guarantee you that the work you are doing is actually for a purpose. If you don't feel like it's for a purpose, if you don't feel like what you do every single day is helping humanity in some way, helping you in some way, pushing you forward, pushing humanity forward in some way, shape, or form, it's time to change directions. It's time to look at something differently. Stop beating yourself up. Another thing that I teach during the one-on-one alignment sessions. Stop beating yourself up. The reason why I keep bringing those up is you want to be in a place that you're not blocking yourself from manifestation right now. You want to be in a place that you are not blocking the movement forward that you need. And the more you tell yourself you can't do it, the more you're going to slow yourself down. Let's see what this Three of Swords is, because I feel like the Three of Swords is just a past energy that we are releasing, but Oh, this Ace of Pentacles keeps on showing up. Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles underneath it and the Judgment card. Oh, for Pete's sake, I'm going to have to go through those. I wasn't going to do the bottom of the deck, but clearly I have to. So we have the High Priestess on the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, okay, so if you think about it, swords are communication, right? So the initial heartbreak, the initial pain and heartbreak of whatever happened in your past is over. It's already happened. It's moving forward. You don't have to deal with it anymore. The reason why you keep dealing with it are the memories of it. And the memories are what the self-critical talk will do to you, because you'll be beating yourself up for something somebody said to you or something somebody did to you or whatever. When in reality, your intuition is trying to say, that's not true. See how it's trying to cover it up? It's not true. It's not true. And it's time for you to recognize that. Why? Because there's a lot of abundance that's happening and you're making it happen. Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Judgment, Temperance, Three of Wands. The universe is literally supporting you in balancing out your future and bringing you patience, kindness, love, acceptance. And if you're not feeling this, it's time to get quiet, right? Like the Hermit does. It's time to get quiet. It's time to get quiet and start to rebuild. What does the Hermit do? What is the Hermit? The Hermit is the person that goes to the top of the mountain to get the information from source. How do they do that? Think of it as like a monk in Tibet sitting on the edge of a mountain just meditating. That's kind of like a hermit, right? Being by yourself. It's not about just sitting in front of Netflix and eating in a chocolate pie, which I have totally been guilty of in my past or recent past. There's a chocolate pie that is locally made and it's so delicious. I can't help myself. I don't eat it all in one sitting. I don't eat it all in one sitting. In fact, I hadn't had one in a really long time. And that story that I told you about last week, I was like, oh my God, I need a chocolate pie. It's pretty funny. Anyways, so the Hermit, instead of getting up in your brain, go back into your heart space. Go back into the meditation. Instead of the negative self-critical talk that it's like a loop in your mind over and over and over again, allow yourself to release it. Allow yourself to release it. You don't have to sit in that space anymore. And this energy, again, is shifting so quickly that one moment you can feel really, really good, and the next moment you're like, oh my God, what do I think that I'm doing? I'm such a fraud. I can't believe it. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it's happening that way. So you have to be prepared and really grounded for this quick shifting of energy. If you're not, you will slow yourself down. And I don't want you to slow yourself down because we got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of things to get done. We have a lot of stuff to manifest. Right? Right. Okay, my lovelies. Again, if you would like to get a one-on-one alignment coaching session with me, that information is on my website. Also, the $30 one question information is on my website as well in the book a reading category or the store. You can just go to the store. There's a lot of stuff. If you go to the store on my website, there's so many things you can look for. Merchandise is there too. I love you guys. Take really, really good care of yourselves, and we'll talk soon. Bye.